What's up, family? Trail here, and I hope most of you had a wonderful Mother's Day yesterday. But today we have some new checks, stimulus checks in the amount of some $400 checks and some $750 checks. And we are just getting more and more states and local cities offering more stimulus checks to Americans. Now, I will say that some of this is probably because of the upcoming elections, but then again, hey, each state did receive large sums of federal money from the government in stimulus relief aid. So states are finally trying to use some of that money for its own residents. And last but not least, guys, hey, could we be headed towards another recession? Well, Wall Street surely thinks so. I'm going to tell you guys all about it in just a moment. But as a quick reminder, on this channel, we cover everything from what's going on around the world with the stock market, with the war in Ukraine, as well as multiple daily news stories around the world. So if you're interested in any of these topics today and you want to be a part of this channel, be so kind and go ahead and subscribe to it. It's totally free. And if you end up liking today's video, then go ahead and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Okay guys, real quick, I wanted to remind you about that Webull promotion where you can get those 5 free stocks for free. All you have to do is just sign up for a new account and deposit just $1, and you're going to receive 5 free stocks up to $2,000. Once you receive those stocks, hey, comment down below and let me know exactly which stocks you actually received. And then if you want to, you can go ahead and sell those stocks and go ahead and withdraw that money back into your bank accounts, guys. This is an opportunity for some free money. That link will be down below. Well, guys, according to Wall Street, hey, a recession may be around the corner, but they are saying don't panic. Yes, they are saying don't panic, guys. It's saying right here that around the world, warning signs of a recession are flashing before our eyes, and Wall Street is on edge right now. Central banks are hiking interest rates to try to rein in on the inflation, and geopolitical upheaval is exacerbating supply chain headaches that began in 2020. And yes, right now, Sunday night, as I'm filming this video, guys, the Dow futures are down another 400 points. Yes, will the market open up today on Monday morning being down 400 points, or will it actually recover over the night while you and I are actually sleeping? But again, guys, hey, according to the news reports in Wall Street, they are thinking that we are on the verge of another recession. And even in regards to cryptocurrencies, yes, over Sunday night, Bitcoin actually dropped below $34,000. And yes, guys, this is just extending the losses that we actually saw back on Friday. But will we have a better week this week? Because the entire month of April was pretty dramatic. Hopefully the stock market as well as cryptocurrencies end up rebounding this month in May. But again, guys, I will keep you updated as usual. In regards to the invasion on Ukraine, yes, we had some tragic news that actually happened Saturday through Sunday over the weekend, guys, because Russia ended up striking an airstrike on a school in Ukraine. And yes, we did hear from the President Zelensky. He is saying that Russian bombing of Ukrainian school killed 60 people. Yes, about 60 people were killed after Russian forces bombed a school in this particular location in Ukraine. And President Vladimir Zelensky said on Sunday night that this killed about 60 people. Yes, guys, Zelensky said in his nightly address Sunday that these people were civilians who simply hid in the school from shelling, according to a transcript posted in English on his presidential website. And it was a targeted strike at the school, another crime of the occupiers, which they are referring to Russia and Russian Vladimir Putin. And emergency workers first on the scene rescued about 30 people and discovered 2 bodies among the debris, Gladio said in a Telegram message. But again, guys, the war on Ukraine right now is steadily full force from the Russian troops, and they don't have any love whatsoever for any civilians, anyone in Ukraine whatsoever, guys. And I believe that they are getting the direction from the president of Russia, which is Vladimir Putin, guys. We hope this war ends very soon, guys. It is going on for right now around 2 months, but this thing is still continuing on. But on the flip side of that, some good news happened over the weekend because, hey, the President Biden, his wife Jill Biden, pays a surprise visit to Ukraine on the heels of the 60 individual people that ended up dying from this particular school. Yes, the U.S. First Lady Jill Biden paid a surprise visit to Ukraine, as well as she held a Mother's Day meeting with her Ukrainian counterpart, Olena Zelensky, which is the First Lady of President Zelensky in Ukraine. Now, Biden's visit comes after recent trips to the country by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, as well as U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and the Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. And Jill Biden's visit also comes as dozens are feared dead after reports that a school in the Luhansk region in eastern Ukraine has been hit by Russian shelling. So anyways, guys, meanwhile, the last woman, children, and elderly people have been evacuated from the steel plant, the final holdout for Ukrainians in the besieged city of Mariupol, according to Ukrainian's Deputy Prime Minister. But she was not the only person that visited over the weekend in Ukraine. Hey, we did see that Justin Trudeau, which I believe is from Canada, he also makes a surprise visit to Ukraine as well. Yes, the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau made a surprise visit to Irpin, Ukraine on Sunday, the town's mayor Alexander Mayershyn said in a Telegram post, alongside photos of Trudeau walking around the town. Yes, Trudeau also traveled to Kyiv, where he presided over the raising of Canadian flag at the country's embassy and announced its reopening the embassy per Politico. Now, during this joint press conference in Kyiv alongside Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, Trudeau announced more military assistance for Ukraine, including for drone cameras, satellite imagery, as well as small arms and ammunition. Now, Trudeau also announced additional funding for demanding operations, women's and human rights organizations, and the World Food Program. Now, Canada will impose new sanctions on 40 Russians and 5 Russian entities and remove trade tariffs on Ukrainians' imports coming to Canada for the next year. So this is some positive news after hearing about 60 people ended up dying from this school shelling. But again, guys, this invasion is very tragic right now, and we are hopes to get some type of good news going into middle of this month of May. So again, guys, hey, we'll continue to keep those guys in our prayers in the meantime, and hope and hope and hope, as well as pray that this war on Ukraine ends up ending very quickly. But so far, we are getting word from Vladimir Putin in Russia saying that he is not going to give up on this invasion in Ukraine. He is saying that he will not give up at all because he cannot afford to lose this war. But as we can see, guys, he is continuously losing this war overall. But again, guys, we will continue to keep them in our prayers. But moving on, guys, in regards to some stimulus update news, guys, we do have a bit of good information from the state of Colorado, and that is because Colorado taxpayers can expect $400 checks, and those are going to be coming by this late summer, according to what the Democrats have announced. And yes, it says that announcement made on Monday morning follows months of brainstorming by state house leaders in Colorado. It says that single filers will get $400 in stimulus relief aid, and joint filers will get around $800 this summer in money that the state must refund as a result of the voter-approved Taxpayers' Bill of Rights. Democratic leaders announced this at the Capitol Hill on Monday morning. It is saying that this is essential and advanced just before a crucial election is coming up of more than $1 billion that the state projects in refunds for next year's tax season. Now, eligible Coloradians should receive their rebate in the mail in August as well as early September. Now, the program is available to full-time residents who file their 2021 tax returns by May the 31st. Officials estimate that 3.1 million Coloradians will receive this particular tax rebate in the form of either $400 for joint filers or either $800 for couple filers. Now, this plan is a compromise between the State House Democratic leadership and the Democratic Governor, Jared Polis. The former has argued that state refund money should be used to benefit poorer people the most, while behind the scenes the latter has pushed to preserve the current refund arrangement in which people with higher incomes get more money back. Now taxpayers at all income levels will get back the same amount. They are saying that we found a good compromise to make sure that we're getting people the money that they need a lot faster than they would have been before, said State Representative Emilia Serrato, a Denver Democrat who advocates for progressive tax policy. But again, guys, this is just another state that are on the verge of receiving some more stimulus checks, and these are coming sometime this summer, guys, between the August time frame as well as the September time frame. And those stimulus checks are going to be in the amount of $400 as well as $800. So again, guys, this is some awesome news to see for Coloradians in the state of Colorado. But in other news, guys, we also have another state on the verge of receiving $750 stimulus checks. Yes, according to this article, it says that a bill signed clearing the way for $750 for frontline worker checks. Now, it says that after months of debate at the Minnesota State Capitol, lawmakers have finally pushed through bonus checks for frontline workers during the pandemic. Now, this particular bill has already been signed, and more than 600,000 workers can soon apply to get a payout from the state for working on the front lines during the pandemic. It says that right now the state is aiming for about 10 to 12 weeks for checks to be issued. The payments are expected to be about $750 per person. Now, this has been a long time coming. It was initially proposed last July. Now, nearly a year later, the checks are about double what they were initially proposed. And the frontline workers who will receive these checks will include those who worked over the last 2 years in long-term care and home care, healthcare, emergency response, public health, social service, regulatory service, courts and corrections, childcare, food service, retail, temporary shelters and hotels, building services, public transit, ground and air transportation services, manufacturing, and vocational rehabilitation are eligible to receive one of these $750 stimulus checks. And they're saying that frontline workers and local businesses say that this is a very good first step. Yes, guys, this equals the amount of rent for some individuals. That equals groceries. That money then can be put back into their savings account. So it is very important, and I do thank you over and over again for coming together with this opportunity. But we still have work to do, guys, according to Mary Turner, which is the president of the Minnesota Nurses Association. So again, guys, we do have 2 states that are offering additional stimulus checks, and these are coming this year, guys, in 2020. We have for Colorado receiving $400 and $800, and then right here we have in the state of Minnesota receiving up to $750 stimulus checks, guys. But again, guys, hey, I hope all of this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. Now, if you enjoyed this type of content and you want to see more, hey, go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now because it's totally free. You don't have anything to lose, guys. And if you end up liking today's video, then go ahead and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.